Hey everyone, Damien Dudvich here from the Team Network once more, bringing you a 3vs3 Dawn of War Soulstorm replay on the Fargora map. So yeah, as you can see, we got the team at the top right versus the team on the top left, and as you can see, the top right team consists of Sulfurer as the Chaos player, Green Devils with a 3 in the name, interesting, playing as the Sisters of Battle, and Kinolo playing as the Necrons. And on the bottom left team we have Chudy as the Necrons, Ice Smoke as the Space Marines, and looks like Fellas as the Dark Elder. So yeah, apparently this, according to the comments, this is a quite a back and forth game, so hopefully we should have some good stuff happening indeed. So it'll go on for a bit of a while, but apparently there's quite a bit of action, so yeah, hopefully should be plenty of stuff for us to commentate on and all that as the game goes on. So yeah, just having a look at what the Chaos player's starting off with. Looks like it's just starting off with a standard couple of Cultist squads, but it's actually going with a Chaos Armory instead of a Barracks, which is an interesting thing to do, and 2 Plasma Generators as well, so by the looks of it, he'll most likely be just getting that Chaos Armory just to get to a quick tier 2 and then probably go for vehicles after that. And yeah, as for what Green Devils is doing, looks like he's going for a Pristine Sanctuary first, as well as the Barracks building, starting off with a Canoness as the first unit out of there, so probably getting an upgrade for the Canoness out of there, or just possibly going to get Seraphim out of the Barracks, so we'll just see what happens there. And as for what Kinolo's doing, looks like he's just going pretty standard route, building plenty of Scarabs, power generators, and yeah, he's going to be going with some Necron Warriors pretty soon as well. And yeah, but looks like Fellas is also going for a relatively standard build. Just can't quite see what he's started off with. And yeah, this is pretty smart. By the looks of it, his builder actually built the couple of Plasma Generators for the Necron player as well, for Chudy. And yeah, it's a pretty good tactic actually, if you happen to be teamed up with a, or rather if you happen to have a Necron and a Dark Elder player teamed up. What the Scarab can do is they can start building a Plasma Generator, and then all you have to do is get this builder to basically get to the building itself, and yeah, it actually completes the building all on its own, as in the building builds itself, shall I say. And what do you know, it looks like Sulfur has actually gone with grenade launches and a 3rd Cultist squad, which I actually missed as well, so we've got a bit of a skirmish happening in the middle here. These Mandrakes should be able to cause a bit of damage, or at least disrupt the Cultists, although by the looks of it now the Mandrakes have actually become invisible. So that might be a bit of a problem, unless if maybe the Necron player brings in a couple of Scarabs over, but I'll just see what happens, I suppose. Because yeah, the Cultists, they can actually be upgraded to have detection, but of course the problem is that you need the Barracks to do that, and yeah, from what I can see, Sulfur doesn't have any Barracks or anything like that, so he's actually got enough money, or got enough resources, should I say, to actually go to tier 2, so I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, he's just making his resources. Looks like Ice Smoke has actually decided to upgrade both Force Weapons and Plasma Pistols for his Force Commander, which you don't normally see both of those upgrades actually being done at once. I mean, usually you'd have either, well, usually a Plasma Pistol, so that he could just, stay in ranged stance, or possibly just the Demon Hammer, so that he can go toe to toe against enemy commanders in melee. But what can he do? So if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Thankfully, the Force Commander actually does have quite a bit of health, so should be able to stand there. And yeah, just having a look. Yeah, it looks like Fellas has got a relatively early Archon squad. It's actually filled it up with Incubi, and yeah, it doesn't seem to be too much else going on top right. So yeah, it looks like Grindel is actually going for tier 2, and what do you know, we've got the Archon actually using the Animus Vitae ability on these Cultists, so he's able to take a couple, but using a commander squad to chase after a singles Cultist squad is not usually the best of ideas. I mean, they can just keep on running, and yeah, I mean, you just keep the other squads in melee with them, and really you don't have to worry too much. Actually, from what I can see, there doesn't seem to be any detection for the top right team, which might be a bit... Oh, actually, yeah, there is a bit of detection, because yeah, these Mandrakes have been detected. Oh, that's right, because the Sisters Battle player has actually deployed the Missionary. Yeah, just having a look here, just telling you, yep, Force Commander was trying to snipe off the Necron Lord of the top right Necron player, but unfortunately didn't work out too well for him. As what's happening here, it looks like the Wow, Mandrake's actually doing a bit of harassment here, but the Builder Scarabs get right on it. So what do you know, actually, relatively early on, the fight is actually getting carried on to the top right team's base. I don't know how much damage these Mandrakes actually be able to do, although they do also have an Archon, but the problem is they're up against multiple Cultist squads. A Canoness and now Celestians as well. So, and yeah, what do you know, they're also going for Seraphim, most likely for that Angelic Visage ability. That's right, that's what it is. And what do you know, they're also going for Blessed Ammunition. Okay, nothing too much happening at the Chaos Master player's base. He's gone for vehicle cap increase, but... Oh, there we go, that's where the vehicle plant is. So he's going with a Defiler first. That's what's happening here. Also, we actually have quite the battle happening in the top right team's base. Just have a look. Oh, that's right, they don't have any of the midpoints captured or anything like that. It might be a bit of a problem, actually. I mean, this Gauss turret, if it's completed... Nope, I don't... No, it hasn't been completed, so that was... pretty good save by these Mandrakes actually, but as you can see they're now up against the flayed ones, which is going to actually then again, I mean, given the sheer number of Mandrakes, I suppose it didn't really matter too much. But normally, yeah, flayed ones would be pretty damn good against melee units like that. Yeah, just having a look, see, it looks like sessions have been upgraded with a Session Veteran Superior, and looks like one of them is going to be upgraded with all anti-tank weapons, and the other one's just going to be regular anti-infantry weapons. So, yeah, pretty standard strategy. I think that's not seems to be a bit different is that yeah, they're actually just loading missionaries in both squads rather than putting a Canoness in one. And there we go, looks like the Necron Warriors are now coming in from the bottom left Necron player. Looks like Machine Cult has been built by the bottom left Space Marine player. It's a bit of a risky thing to do there because I'm sure that the vehicles will be able to get into the battlefield much faster, but the problem is if top right team starts to push back, which they might be, actually, and there you go, got an ally message saying push by one of the players there, then yeah, they'll be able to destroy this vehicle plant relatively easily. Just having a look here, looks like the Chaos player is actually going for tier 3. Probably should be getting a requisition upgrade, actually, just so that he can actually balance out his requisition with his power generation, but what the hell. What do you know, so the players doing a pretty good job in trying to hold back here, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a matter of time before this part probably falls over, unless if the bottom left team can knock back the top right team. But the problem is, yeah, it looks like as if the game has swung in their favour, though we do have a Dreadnought coming out for Ice Smoke, so oh, what the hell, every bit helps, I suppose. I mean, he's got an existing Dreadnought here already, but the problem is, though, you face stuff against Celestians, for example. Oh, okay, so both Celestian squads have actually been upgraded with anti-vehicle weapons. You're just going to run into some pretty significant problems, as you can see. So yeah, I don't know if it was the best idea to build these Gauss turrets, but what do you know, they're being upgraded, so... And yeah, Gauss turrets, unlike all the other turrets in the game, actually, they when you upgrade them, they actually still get good damage against infantry, unlike all the other turrets, which get crappier damage against infantry when you upgrade them to anti-vehicle turrets and sort of stuff. And yeah, so look, a Sacrificial Circle built for the Chaos player. Looks like, yeah, he's going to be going for elite troops, probably the very second that he goes to tier 3, so we're going to be seeing Possessed ones and probably a Demon Pit as well, so he can get the Obliterators, given how much power he has. So they probably would just go for some more vehicles as well while we're at it. And yeah, he's actually got a Defiler out, so he wants to go for the vehicle cap increase, but he's not doing that, so I have to wonder if he's if he realises that that vehicle's not coming out. Actually, he's certainly going to realise that if the bottom left team starts to push back on their base. Well, then again, if this Defiler goes down, then that could be a bit of trouble. And yeah, this that's interesting. This Death Cult Assassin has been detected. Ah, okay, most likely by these Builder Scabs. So not exactly the best use of infiltrated units, because this Death Cult Assassin is really meant to be used in stealth mode. Wow. We've got some pretty significant fortifications here by the Necron player, actually. But yeah, I don't know who's going to be able to hold them off, but you never know. I mean, Machine Cult still is at only a bit less than half HP. The top right team's troops are starting to get whittled down, but as you can see, more reinforcements are coming, and here comes the Possessed Chaos Space Marines and a Heretic as well for some reason, and yeah, here comes the Defiler. So yeah, quite a bit of action happening different types of the map, and oh, that's not going to be good. Cultist is going to be running straight into these Scourges. Oh well. And yeah, this machine cult might slightly fall down, although not before significant damage is being done to the top right team, so not too shabby. And what do you know, we also do have Obliterators coming out. But what do you know, we've got Grey Knights being used against them. Honestly, you could probably just, you know, deploy a scout squad or something like that on the Obliterators, maybe put the Grey Knight squad on range stance, because unlike most other melee units, actually don't do shoot too shabby in range stance, should I say. And what do you know, these turrets are actually still alive, so not too shabby indeed. And yeah, it looks like now they're going to get repaired. So yeah, I mean the bottom of the team has lost a machine cult, but they managed to hold on to the bottom relics, so that'll be pretty important if we get to the tier 4 stage when super units start coming out. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. And yes, these Obliterators, like I was saying before, they do almost next to no melee damage, so even if you put a crappy unit like a scout squad, it's crappy melee against them, it doesn't really matter that much, provided that they have some sort of backup, of course. That's what you know, yeah, looks like Obelisk's certainly doing quite a bit of damage, and I think the Canoness has just fallen as well. At the same time, we do have some harassment by these Scourges on the, the Chaos Space Marine player's base, so he's going to be in quite a bit of trouble, although he is bringing in some possessed ones. What we probably could do with is some more vehicles and more standard troops, actually. I mean, just look at the amount of resources he's just not doing much with. So. Oh well. I suppose everyone's just concentrating on the battles happening at different points of the map. We've got one happening down here for the bottom relic point, and yeah, we've also got a battle happening here on the doorstep of the bottom left team, actually. So I think that's the first time we've seen that actually happen in this game. But what do you know, these witches using their combat drug ability, it's funny, even affecting a single Scarab, are most likely going to be able to hold them back for the for reinforcing units to come in. So actually got a pretty rare combination of a librarian and a not Chaplain, I was going to say Chaplain and Grey Knights, but it's actually a librarian and the Grey Knights being used. I mean, it makes them into quite the spellcasting squad, but the problem is that these Grey Knights are pretty expensive individually. Well, as a squad, of course, but you know, they're pretty expensive in general. But they got quite a bit of health, so one good thing that really meshes really well is when you stick a Chaplain with. The Chaplain, of course, has got the healing ability, and he also has the ability to slow down squads as well. So when these Grey Knights cast their Inquisition ability, which does damage over time, well, you'll be able to damage your enemies more, basically. But yeah, unfortunately that's not going to be the case, and yeah, it looks like these Grey Knights are actually going to get worn down almost completely. Only one single one remaining as well as the Librarian. But what you know, there's a counter-attack here. Necron Lord, I think, where is he? There's somewhere. Ah, there he is. Just getting blasted back from that. So yeah, Necron Lord casting the Solar Pulse ability just in the nick of time, and yeah, it looks like the harassment, of course, has been averted. That was being done by the Scourges at the same time. They've got plasma pistols being researched for the Chaos Space Marine player, and yeah, look at this. It's just ridiculous amount of power that he's got there. Probably better off just trying to make as many vehicles as possible, just act as the vehicle race, I suppose, for the top right team. Now, what can he do? I mean, he does have his own vehicles at the moment, and he is building a couple of other troops like the Chaos Soulstorm and all that. And Canola's saying Pulse now, and I'm not entirely sure where he's meaning to put that Pulse. I mean, here, or maybe here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so he did put the Solar Pulse ability down here. But yeah, as you can see, the bottom left Necron Lord is going to come in, and yeah, it's most likely going to be able to hold off that attack long enough for the Solar Pulse ability to dissipate. But hold the phone, it looks like we actually have a bit of a push happening by the top right team on the Dark Elders players base, and they might be in a bit of trouble actually. That's what you know, they're barely managing to hold off the assault by the top right team, and yeah, as you can see, there hasn't been any damage done to buildings or anything like that, so provided that the bottom left team can hold this back, they should be alright. And yeah, as you can see, I think the bottom left team, their bottom left Necron Lord by Trudy has actually cast the Solar Possibilities, so they want to get their ranged troops out of there, to say the least. I should just wonder. Oh, okay, there we go. And just having a look. Yeah, it's interesting. I think, I'm not entirely certain, but I think the missionary just cast the Emperor's bolter ability, or whatever you call it. It was the Emperor's, yeah, I think it's the Emperor's bolter, something like that. Some ability that basically gives all the members in a squad the Emperor's bolter, basically. And but yeah, it's pretty damn good against vehicles and elite infantry. But yeah, it's not really the best thing to cast on something small like a Celestial squad. I mean, usually you'd want to get him in the middle of a big squad like the just a regular battle sister squad. Can't remember for sure, but I think yeah, there's about you can get 10 squad members, I think, in total for battle sisters. But I'll have to check that, of course. That's what. So yeah, it looks like the bottom team is shooting back. Got a pretty good unit combination, actually. I mean, especially using witches in combination with, say, soul troops like the assault infantry, so that they can actually get to the front lines. I mean, look at that. You would never normally see assault infantry moving like that, and a second ability being used as well, just to try to catch up to the retreating army of the top right players, or combined army of the top right players. So, for whatever reason, the Sulfur is deciding to leave his Chaos Sorcerer behind. Not entirely sure why. By looks of it, I'd say everyone is just about either tier 2 or tier 3 at this point, and at the same time we do have a couple of generals dropping in, just to cause a bit of damage, of course, to Sulfur, and they might actually be able to do that. I mean, looks like Sulfur's troops are all dedicated. There's that. There we go. Sulfur's troops are all dedicated to, well, trying to stop this attack, or at least trying to stall it. That's what you know. We actually got a restored Monolith, and is that a real one or a fake one? Ah, yes, it's a real one, so there you go. It's a good thing they held on to that top relic then. Don't know how much it'll really be able to do, because this is just a massive army, but actually, it's a pretty big army, but the problem is they also clump together quite a bit, so every shot that this restored Monolith does with its main cannon, it actually does quite a bit of area of effect damage to all of these infantry units. So who knows, I mean, if it's left unchecked for so long, especially the Defiler as well, with its artillery cannon, area of effect damage, they might just be able to whittle down this combined army of the Monolith players long enough to be able to push back. But as you can see, we do still have harassment happening on the top of the not that, on top of the Chaos Sorcerer players' base. But it's probably going to get contained. I mean, those scourges are going to be a bit of a problem, but really they can just jump out of there just like that. So. So what happens, yeah, they'll just get chased around by these assassins. Yeah, back they go. So certainly playing to the strengths of the Dark Elder player there, that's for sure. Or Dark Elder, I should say. And yeah, what do you know? Essence of the Nightbringer is actually being used by Canolo, so to be confused of Essence of Chamomile, different kind of tea, I suppose. So actually, it's a pretty rare upgrade, I suppose. It was a temporary upgrade for the Necron Lord, because normally you'd see him using Essence of the Deceiver, and then he'd mind control squads and that sort of stuff. So if you can mind control a glass cannon squad, for example, Fire Warriors or whatever, with a Deceiver, you can actually do quite a bit of damage, really. But yeah, I suppose he just needed something that could, yeah, just deal pure damage, and yeah, I suppose that's what he's gone for. And yeah, it looks like he's turned back into the Necron Lord. And hold the phone. Looks like, yeah, we've got more witches and such coming out from the Dark Elder player, so they'll most likely be able to get the top right team to retreat, although maybe not. I mean, although they have managed to hold on to the bottom relic, and looks like, yeah, we've got a restored Monolith coming out, and I'd say it's a real one. Huh. Okay, oh yeah, it is. That's just a graphical glitch because we can't select it. Yeah, gotta love that sort of stuff in this game. Yeah, unfortunately, that sort of stuff is correct. Oh, well, what can you do? It's just the way the replay system works. And yeah, we've got witches actually using combat drugs again. And yeah, certainly using them to pretty good effect. I mean, as you can see, they're being used basically alongside the regular assault terminators, and given the bonus to speed and damage and all that it brings them, it's just incredible, really. And yeah, it looks like the restored Monolith has teleported here, I think. Just to be in the rear, yeah, just to be in the rear lines, I think. So it can do its damage from afar. I can't remember if it actually does, if its main cannon, if it actually does friendly fire or not. I mean, it does friendly knockback, I know that much, but you can never really tell just by looking at it if it actually does friendly fire at the same time as it damages squads. looking to. And yeah, it looks like the Emperor's. Oh, actually, is it Emperor's Touch? Yeah, I think it's Emperor's Touch or whatever. Ability has been cast on these Celestians, but it looks like they're actually being pulled into melee, so they really need to get them out of there. At the same time, though, this restored Monolith is still at full health, and this one has also lost a bit of health as well. So, provided the top right team can hold off, they should be going pretty well. But yeah, well, you know, I've actually got some Assault Space Marines being used. Canolo's restored Monolith. Unfortunately, for the bottom left team, it's not enough Assault Terminator, sorry, to actually stun it. Either. Do you know Necromorph's actually decided to teleport? Or did he teleport? I'm not entirely sure. In either case, if he's got to teleport charge, he'd want to teleport pretty soon, really. And yes, it's just sheer pandemonium in the middle of the map. Just explosions and such everywhere. In fact, let's just see if we can get a better view of it. There we go. Bam. So yeah, just ranging the entirety of the map. And yeah, I'm surprised that after all this time... okay, so that's why. So, for whatever reason, this critical location has not been captured by the top right team. And I'd say, I mean, if they can capture that location, I mean, all they have to do is just send a cheap squad over there to do that. And provided they can hold on to this middle, I mean, they'll just be able to win the game just for doing that. So I don't know why exactly they've neglected that. I suppose they have been under attack for quite a few times, but yeah, I'll be going to... Oh, that's pretty good use of the Devil Cult Assassinate. There we go, so we can get a nice sync kill there. There you go. Not too shabby indeed. So yeah, we actually do have a bunch of Dreadnoughts being deployed here. But you know, these servitors are being pretty ballsy, just... Oh, not bad. Trying to repair it right in front of them. And the Assault Terminator has been called in as well, so we're going to be seeing a bit of harassment here, which is just as well actually, because it looks like the bottom of the team might be forced to retreat, at least to the midpoint of the map for the time being. And there you go, we've actually got Necro Monolith against Necro Monolith, yeah, so... not something you see too often. Yeah, it's kind of funny actually, it looks like as if they're like from Doctor Who or something, like a... maybe like a mega Dalek, you see. Just little things waving around like that, you know, saying exterminate, exterminate. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it looks like for the time being, the top right team, I think, might be getting the upper hand. It's hard to tell. Because the bottom right team is certainly holding their grounds, but if this restored Monolith remains like that, especially when it's up against the Essence of the Nightbringer, which is basically invincible, does quite a bit of melee damage, it's going to be a bit tricky for the bottom team to hold out, but at the same time they do have quite a bit of harassment here. And what do you know? That's certainly a major blow to the top right team actually being able to destroy HQ, especially one that I'm pretty sure is advanced to tier 3, so yeah, unfortunately Green Devils is going to have to repair that. Oh no, sorry, not repair that, he's going to need to build an entirely new one, and he's going to have to go through the slow tech progression, tier 2 and then to tier 3, so... Ouch, quite the blow indeed. And what do you know, I've actually got Emperor's Touch ability being used again, and yeah, as you can see, they do quite a bit of damage to elite troops, and yeah, they got some pretty camp effects as well being used. So yeah, finally Assault Terminators being used by Ice Smoke to actually target them and disrupt them, and yeah, it looks like their Emperor's Touch ability has worn off. At the same time in the middle, I think Raiders have just teleported, actually. And Necron will just decide to teleport around as well. So yeah, it looks like the top right team is holding back the... or rather, sorry, the top right team is pushing through back to the Dark Elder player's base, but from what I can see, there actually hasn't been any base damage done. I should say damage of base buildings done of the bottom left team, so while we have had quite a bit of back and forth in the middle, the only real significant loss, I must say, would have been for the top right team when the Battle Systems player lost their HQ, and we've actually still got Assault Terminators and I think regular Terminators being being deployed in the middle here, just basically causing quite a bit of damage. And oh, I didn't notice. Oh, yeah, so I should pay attention to that. Yeah, it looks like the Chaos player apparently also lost his HQ as well, so pretty significant losses being incurred by the top right team. The Necron player is the only one with an actual HQ there, and that's taking quite a bit of damage actually, so... Yeah, it looks like it is being repaired by the Tomb Spiders, oh sorry, by the Builder Scarabs, and is currently training a Tomb Spider. Or rather, pulling one up from the other space. You have to bat them off. I mean, the problem of what's happening in the middle here is why the top right team is managing to hold the bottom left team in the Dark Elders player's base, unless if they do some actual damage to Feely's base here, it's not really going to make that much difference really. I mean here, it looks like House Master players actually rebuilt their HQ building, but in either case here, the Assault Terminators and regular Terminators being used are doing quite a bit of damage to the base, rather to the bases of both the Chaos Space player and the Battle Systems players, so... Don't know if maybe we would have been better off bringing a couple more troops back from the front just to the rear lines just to deal with them. It looks like actually that's what the top right team is doing. So to be sending quite a few troops back. Or maybe there's just newly built troops being sent there instead. While, yeah, they're managing to hold off barely for the time being here, so... Yeah, what can you do? Top right team hasn't been defeated yet though, so... Best not to discount them, I suppose. Actually got a heavy destroyer being deployed, and it's not actually doing any damage. Not entirely sure why. Did it get stunned or something? I suppose it's possible. In any case, yeah, the top right team is certainly going to want to send their troops over as quickly as possible. Because we do have a rather the army of the top right Necron players slowly being whittled down. Or is it just a single squad? Yeah, I guess it is actually. Oh no, it is 2 squads of Necron warriors, I think. Yeah, oh, and no, 1 squad of Necron warriors, 1 squad of pariahs, so they've actually been doing a pretty good job just tying up the enemy then at the same time. Some damage is being done to this obelisk. And yeah, it's actually been destroyed, but yeah, it looks like the top right team has taken quite a bit of damage actually in trying to do that. And yeah, this fighter's going to go down for sure, but looks like this, damn, I thought the relic was going to get captured, but too bad. Looks like these core stars barely able to hold on, and yeah, these Builder Scarabs very quickly rebuilding the obelisk, and yeah, it looks like battle in the, or rather battle near the Dark Elder player's base is still continuing, and we finally got what appears to be a bit of a breakthrough for the top right team actually. I mean, they're basically in arm's reach of the HQ building, and yeah, they've actually got a heavy destroyer here, so if we get we have a destroyer just to try and target this Capital Fortress, or maybe even just this listening post, or at least trying to target, you know, some sort of base building, we might be able to see some damage finally being done by the top right team on the bottom of team's base. And what do you know, that might actually come to pass. The restored Monolith of the Necron player has come into the action as well. And Sulfura, not bad. He's got quite a bit of trouble at his base. Dreadnought being dropped down. But that might not matter too much though, because we do have a Celestial squad coming in, hopefully to clean it up, as well as a Death Cult Assassin to do some pretty sneaky damage to it. There you go. Just like that. But yeah, it looks like Sulfura probably isn't going to be able to do too much damage. He's only got a couple of Defilers, Cultist Sound, so he doesn't have too much actually. I mean, he's even lost his Sorcerer even. Let's just having a look. Yeah, it looks like the restored Monolith has actually come out for Chuddy as well, and is it the real one? Yep, it is. But at the same time though, Canola's Monolith is in range of this HQ building, although I think it's also in range of this restored Monolith of the bottom left Necron player. But then again, they'll seem to be targeting all sorts of different things. That's doesn't make too much difference. Although, what do you know, Sulfura, I should say, he's actually targeting the HQ building with his Defiler, and if he can keep that Defiler just barely long enough to do that, he might be able to take it out. And yeah, it's a good one. Nice work, the bottom left Astro player saying is that one a real, and I'd say it is. Yep, it certainly is. So yeah, it looks like bottom left team I think is going to be deflecting the attack on the top right team here. The only thing that's really remaining that's a significant threat is the restored Monolith, of course, by Canola. That'll get taken out. Good order, most likely. Although he also just teleported a heavy destroyer in. He's also teleporting a few things here. But should his restored Monolith has got far more health, and yeah, it's being supported by all these other troops. So yeah, we'll most likely be seeing Canola's relic retreating. Let's just have a look. And there we go, finally got the cast placement. We go tier 3, building sacrificial circle, and a plasma generator as well. At the very least, his production buildings, well, counted as production buildings anyway, are basically still alive. And yeah, I don't know why Canola is not sending his Monolith back. I mean, it's got almost no support. I mean, we have some combat happening here, but the problem is, yeah, the top right team has basically been held off from supporting the top, from supporting this Monolith of the top right player. And yeah, I know I keep saying top right, bottom left, that sort of stuff, but really, we're going to bother remembering the 6 names just for a single game. Some, I suppose I can say, not really the best of it with names, but what the... So actually there was a second sacrificial circle being built by Sulfur, not entirely sure why. Unless if he's it still needs to get upgrades or something, but you'd think 30 minutes into the game he would actually have the upgrades. And here we go, yeah, the restored Monolith Fort Charlie is being repaired by these builder scarabs, and yeah, it looks like Necro Monolith for Canola is also being repaired, so yeah, the top right team is being forced to retreat, and yeah, look at that, they still haven't captured that critical location for whatever reason. But yeah, hopefully once this Monolith gets back online, we should see relatively even battles, but we are seeing some pretty significant troops being deployed by both sides, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, we've actually got restored Monolith being, well, built, I suppose, but it's really, we got this Monolith being restored to its former glory once again, and here we go, we've got the elite troops coming up once again for the Chaos Space players. So yeah, it looks like the top right team is finally starting to recover from the damage being dealt to them, which means that the window of opportunity for the bottom left team to, you know, take advantage of the low tech level of the top right team might actually be coming to an end. But you never know. I mean, both teams have certainly played pretty well and seen some pretty good action. Certainly with the Necron player using his restored Monolith, kind of a bit of a sacrificial role almost, really, using it as a, I don't know, I guess a tank, really, well, to tank damage and all that. And you know, I've actually got an orbital bombardment being used by the force commander of the bottomless space marine player. It's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. And yeah, what you know, I've actually got an emulator being deployed by the battle systems player. I don't normally see that very often. So yeah, unfortunately just being forced to withdraw that. It's been upgraded with multi-melters, of course. Yeah, that's multi-melter. Make it better against vehicles. And yeah, we've got quite the relatively evenly matched battle happening in the middle. As to who will win, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, not bad, we actually lost a Demon Pit again for Sulfura, but I'd say yeah, both teams seem to have pretty good mixtures of troops and vehicles. So I suppose yeah, it's just going to come down to the actual marker and all that by both teams. And for the time being, it actually looks like the bottom left team is going to get beaten back. But if they can keep stalling, they should be able to bring up, yeah, the extra reinforcements to the front. So just having a look, it doesn't look like as if the Dark Elder player has any witches or anything. I mean, it's the perfect complement to these warp beasts. So I don't know what they were thinking of that. That's what they're. And yeah, what do you know? The bottom of the team is slowly getting driven back. But yeah, Monolith here is still at near full health. However, yeah, Canola's Monolith finally does actually have a bit more health. And what do you know? I've actually got the Soulstorm ability itself being used on the top right team, so doing quite a bit of area effect damage there. Doesn't look like Zephyr is actually moving the Soulstorm anywhere, and what do you know is actually casting. I think that's a bottom left player casting. Yeah, he is casting the solar pulse ability. And what do you know? There's actually so much happening on the screen. We're actually getting a bit of well, not lag, but we're just getting a bit of a low frame rate there. So just see if we can get in on the action actually. So yeah, we just got an all-out brawl really happening in the middle here, and yeah, it looks like Chuddy's restored Monolith is being forced to retreat. Again, Konola is doing a pretty good job using the essence of the Nightbringer really against super units like that, and yeah, as you can see, it's just being forced to retreat there. And yeah, Konola's just saying push now, and yeah, we'll most likely be seeing a push. I mean, we don't see any other super. Oh, actually, no, it wouldn't, because yeah, only Necron player at the bottom has the relic, of course. But yeah, it'll probably be a bit of time before we actually see the restored Monolith from the bottleneck team. So of course, now would certainly be the time to strike, especially since yeah, Konola's restored Monolith is actually at full health even. So it's done a pretty good job keeping it alive for that entire battle. And yeah, it's safe for the troops for the bottleneck team has actually been depleted entirely. So yeah, not too shabby indeed. So I mean, both teams certainly doing quite a few things right, but yeah, it's just those little things that can put you ahead. You know, like using the Nightbringer on super units, and using, I suppose, Assault Terminators on super units as well to stun them, or at least to stop them from firing. Yeah, that sort of stuff really just makes a difference, especially in team games with relatively evenly matched players. But what do you know, we certainly shouldn't discount the bottleneck team yet, but I'd say, especially if this Cabal Fortress falls, the bottleneck team will most likely not be able to counteract this massive army, because remember, when the HQ buildings fell for the top right team, they were still actually had pretty significant troop numbers in the middle, so they were able to amazingly actually hold off the bottleneck team, and of course restore their buildings slowly. So yeah, it looks like we're getting some good game GGs by players here. So yeah, it looks like bottleneck team is most likely going to be quitting sometime soon. Managing to save that Predator, so pretty good marker of their vehicles there. Although they might want to bring the Whirlwind, sorry, not the Whirlwind, the Whirlwinds back a bit, or just keep it forward either way. And for some reason they sent their Predator forward. I don't know why they put that, and yeah, just want to play Sankanona kick ass, not bad. So yeah, it's a very nice play indeed actually, although everyone played right, but Konolo, especially with the way he used his commander units and all that, especially using Essence of the Nightbringer effectively. I mean, you don't see that sort of stuff every day, that's for sure. Especially since most players will go for, most Necron players, I should say, will actually be going for Essence of the Deceiver, or Essence of Camelot possibly, but anyway. So yeah, basically we do have the bases slowly crumbling from the bottom left players, and I can't really see much being able to be done by the bottom left team. I mean, sure they could probably harass, actually no, they might not even be able to harass due to these Celestial squads, but if they weren't there they could try to harass the bases of the various top right players, but the problem is you still run into the problem of having this significant amount of troops and vehicles and such just in your base already, so what you know, at the very least we are seeing a bit of a last stand. Wow. Bit of a misplaced doing build-ability by the castles. But anyway, yeah, we are seeing a bit of a nice last stand by the bottom left team, and yeah, at least still in the game with a bank basically, so it'd be better than just, you know, suddenly everyone quitting and all their buildings and all that disappearing into thin air, so be a bit less jarring, I suppose. Unless, if maybe bottom left team has got something up their sleeves. I mean, their Monolith is again reawakened, and yeah, it's again doing a bit of range damage, but yeah, the problem is up against an enemy Monolith and a bunch of troops and all that. Actually, what are they saying to each other? Maximum attack on it, it's epic for Necron, yes, right, I know. Okay, so it's just comments between different players. And, you know, Pariah's actually being used to counteract the Heavy Destroyer like that. So, what do you know, I think this is a new Predator that's come out. Map sucks like that. And yeah, so we were saying, I don't know how we could survive that. Two HQs are destroyed. And yeah, I have to agree really. I mean, that was just an incredible comeback. And I'd say the reason the war were able to make a comeback was, yeah, partly, of course, due to Konola and his pretty good use of his troops, and especially, you know, his own Monolith and Nightbringer, but also the top right team, you have to keep in mind, they still did have a very significant number of troops fighting it out in the middle. And while they didn't do any base damage, they were able to hold back the main thrust of the bottom left team, so they were only able to do that harassment. But still, being able to do that amount of damage is still quite something. And yeah, so yeah, the game should be ending any second now. And yeah, because I think the is actually straight here actually, so. And there we go, it looks like one of the players has finally quit. And there we go, you defeated the enemy. So yeah, not a shabby play indeed by both teams. And yeah, wow, actually it's pretty good there. Little green thing there, so less. But anyway. So yeah, actually, I might just extend an open invitation as well for anyone who wants to do a co-commentary, perhaps, to the, you know, for example, for Soulstorm, Dawn of War Soulstorm, or Men of War, or Battlefield 2, possibly other games. So those are the top ones that I'll be playing. So yeah, if you want to do a co-commentary, maybe just write in the comments or send me a message or whatever. See if we can set something up, eh? So, I mean, chances are I'll be living in a completely different time zone to you, but what the hell, eh? See what happens. So yeah, until next time, this has been Damien Tudwich, signing off.